Arthur Schopenhauer, born on February 22, 1788, in Danzig, present-day Gdansk, Poland, was a German philosopher best known for his pessimistic philosophy and his philosophical system centered on the concept of the will. His profound insights into the nature of reality, human desire, and suffering have left an indelible mark on the history of Western philosophy. Early life and education. Arthur Schopenhauer was the son of Heinrich Floris Schopenhauer, a wealthy merchant, and Johanna Schopenhauer, a prominent author. His father, a man of cosmopolitan interests, insisted that Arthur receive an education that would prepare him for a career in commerce. To this end, Schopenhauer was exposed to various cultures and languages from an early age, traveling across Europe with his family. Tragically, his father died when Arthur was 17, under circumstances that some speculate may have been a suicide. His father's death left him a substantial inheritance, allowing him financial independence and the freedom to pursue intellectual interests rather than a commercial career. Schopenhauer enrolled at the University of Göttingen in 1809, initially studying medicine before switching to philosophy. He was deeply influenced by the works of Plato, Immanuel Kant, and the burgeoning field of Eastern philosophy, particularly the Upanishads and Buddhism. He completed his studies at the University of Berlin, where he attended lectures by the prominent philosopher Johann Gottlieb Fichte. Philosophical development. In 1819, Schopenhauer published his magnum opus, The World as Will and Representation, Die Welt als Wille und Vorstellung. In this work, he introduced his central concept of the will, which he described as the fundamental force behind all reality and phenomena. According to Schopenhauer, the will is an irrational, blind force that drives all living beings and is the root cause of suffering. This view was a stark contrast to the prevailing optimistic philosophies of his time. Schopenhauer argued that human existence is characterized by constant striving and desire, which inevitably leads to suffering. He believed that the only way to attain a state of tranquility was through the renunciation of desires and the negation of the will, a concept that resonates with the ascetic practices in Eastern philosophies. Personal life and character. Schopenhauer's personal life was marked by isolation and a contentious relationship with his contemporaries. He had a famously acrimonious relationship with the philosopher Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, whom he viewed as a charlatan. Schopenhauer's disdain for Hegel was so profound that he scheduled his lectures at the same time as Hegel's to compete for students, although he attracted only a few. His personality was often described as misanthropic and pessimistic. He was known for his caustic wit and his critical view of human nature. Despite this, Schopenhauer was deeply fond of art, particularly music, which he regarded as the highest form of aesthetic experience because it directly expresses the will. He also had a great affection for animals, believing that they, unlike humans, did not suffer from the delusions of the intellect and thus lived more authentically. Schopenhauer often kept pets, particularly poodles, which he named Ottman and Butz. Later years and legacy. Schopenhauer's philosophy did not gain significant attention during his lifetime, as his pessimistic views were overshadowed by the more optimistic and systematic philosophies of Hegel and others. However, in the latter part of his life, Schopenhauer began to receive more recognition, partly due to the changing intellectual climate and the publication of his essays in the 1850s. Schopenhauer's influence grew posthumously, shaping the works of later thinkers such as Friedrich Nietzsche, Sigmund Freud, and Richard Wagner. His emphasis on the irrational aspects of human nature and his exploration of the unconscious will significantly influenced the development of psychoanalysis and existentialism. Schopenhauer passed away on September 21, 1860, in Frankfurt am Main, Germany. Despite his relatively modest impact during his lifetime, his ideas have since been acknowledged as groundbreaking, offering a profound critique of the optimistic philosophies that dominated the Enlightenment. Conclusion. Arthur Schopenhauer remains a pivotal figure in the history of philosophy, known for his radical and uncompromising view of the human condition. His philosophy of the will, his critique of rationalism, and his exploration of human suffering continue to provoke thought and debate. His works invite readers to confront the darker aspects of existence while also offering a pathway to transcendence through the renunciation of desires and the appreciation of art and aesthetic experience.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.